Appreciate very much our Secretary of State for joining us, and Tommy Thompson, the Department of Health and Human Services Secretary. I want to thank Andrew Natsios, who's the administrator of USAID. There are some who feel like that if they attack us, that we may decide to leave prematurely. They don't understand what they're talking about if that's the case. Let me finish. There are some who feel like that, the conditions are such that they can attack us there. My answer is bring them on. We got the force necessary to deal with the security situation. Of course, we want other countries to help us. Great Britain is there, Poland is there, Ukraine is there, you mentioned. Anybody who wants to help, we're welcome to help. But we got plenty tough force there right now to make sure the situation is secure. We always welcome help. We're always glad to include others in, but make no mistake about it, and the enemy shouldn't make any mistake about it. We will deal with them harshly if they continue to try to bring harm to the Iraqi people.
A few months of looking for them, that there is a discrepancy between what the intelligence community and...
I am optimistic, but I also recognize the nature of the Middle East. I mean, there are people there who still hate. They hate Israel. They hate the idea of peace. They can't stand the thought of a peaceful state existing side by side with Israel, and they're may be willing to attack. And what we must continue to do is to reject that kind of thought. That's why we spoke out clearly. I spoke out. The Secretary of State has spoken out on Hamas. Hamas is not a peaceful organization when they're willing to blow people up and destroy innocent life. And so we are making progress. But the progress will be ultimately made when the world, particularly that part of the world, firmly and finally rejects terrorist activities. The other thing that needs to happen, Steve, is that institutions, we're exploring all options as to how to keep the situation peaceful and stable. One thing has to happen. Mr. Taylor needs to leave the country. And Colin has made that I made it clear publicly. I've just made it clear again. He made it clear to Kofi Annan. In order for there to be peace and stability in Liberia, Charles Taylor needs to leave now.